no, canceled MTG night. That's no good. I'd actually planned a recording today, but it's like 6 million degrees in Ottawa, so we canceled our games as well. Wait another minute and then I'll start this up. I'm gonna close my door. Hello. So the premise of this is to build a Armix and Ardenn. I don't know if you can see these. Budget EDH deck. So it's not going to cost more than $100 using Moxfield. Ideally, I want it to be something. Well, obviously, it's going to be an Orzhov deck. Very combat centric, but also maybe lean heavily into Armix discarding stuff into the graveyard and then somehow recurring it. I think could be kind of fun. How we managed to do that with a budget of $100, I don't know. So far, the only two cards I know for certain that I want are here, and you'll see them on the list in front of me, are Colossus Hammer, which I think is hilarious, and Goldane Pick. So everything else other than that, I'm very open to. I think there's going to be some pretty fun auras I think we can probably consider. So I'm definitely interested in doing that. And, you know, like some typical removal spells. We'll see what we're able to do, though. But we'll try and go for Salvage Titan. Salvage Titan. I don't... Salvage Titan. Let's see what this card does. Ooh. That's pretty spicy, actually. I just don't have one. That's the only problem. We'll put that on the possibility list. That's something that we can definitely do. Wherever I put my cell phone. Prime Blazer. Yes, yes it is. I just don't own one. It's on the list of things that I want. So what we'll do probably is Prime Blade. Cards that I would like to run that I don't own will put to the sideboard. And that way I'll be able to place an order later on, and then I can place I can place an order kind of thing. That could be kind of cool. But I'm thinking about stuff like the Vow cycle, like Vow of Torment, which is one of the ones that I have in front of me here, which I could either put onto one of my own commanders, or I could use it defensively and put it onto one of their creatures and stuff like that. Oh, that'd be super swell, Max, actually. I'll talk to you after about that. That'd be pretty sweet. I pulled a Seraphic Greatsword from my Commander Legends box. I wanted to run it. I'm reading it now, though. Not super into it. Not too keen on that one. But basically, I'm thinking stuff like, oh, Prison Term, that's a good one. It's probably quite cheap. I like the idea of, I think it's Dispatch. Dispatch, which is Metalwork or Metalcraft. 27 cents, nice. Prison Term. Incarnation Technique. Dope double reanimate spell. Ooh. Desecration. Oh, you guys have so many good suggestions already. I'm glad I did this. Oh, I have to learn how to spell Desecration. Tomb. Let's see what this is. Whatever. Oh, this I've seen this before. Vincent uses this heavily in his Grenzo deck. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's move it to the sideboard for now. Incarnation Technique. What does this guy do? Oh, that's one of the new ones. I like Demonstrate. Metalwork. Colossus. $1. Oh, I'm not made of money. That's pretty sweet, though. He's a pretty good beater. I don't have one, so we'll move him to the sideboard as well. Sideboard as well. Hey, Daniel. So other stuff, like, obviously we'll put, like, Command Tower, because I think that's pretty cheap. How expensive is a Pure Steel Paladin? Oh, okay, what about Ceram? Okay, we're going with Ceram, because that's significantly less. Grunic, I'm not too sure. I'm thinking about somehow using like Sun Titan, basically to recur the big ones, and it's relatively cheap. Both of my commanders are also 3 costs, so if they die, I can bin them into my yard, and then also bring them back with Sun Titan, which I think is a lot of fun. Ideally, I like the idea of Ardenn. Oh. I like the idea of Ardenn kind of like equipping stuff for free or manipulating stuff. I think that's a lot of fun. But at the same time, I do want Armix to be kind of like important to the deck. So, Darksteel Mutation, I think something like... Is Luris overly expensive? Luris seems like it could be something that would be very good. Hey, Kyoji. Blackblade Reforged, I mean, yeah, I have to run that, I think. I'm thinking like Ephemerate is just a nice way to sort of... Yeah, Ardenn works with curses. I love that. I love that. I love that. Hey, Loser. Sigarda's Aid. I think Sigarda's Aid is actually fairly expensive. Oh, it's only $3. Okay, we'll put that in the sideboard later. Because we're trying to keep this under $100 USD, not including the commanders. Although they're not exactly expensive. The only reason they're expensive is because they're the fancy foil border ones. I want to see what Luris is. Luris. Okay, he's $11. We're not running Luris. I think Savine's Reclamation might be a good piece if it's not overly expensive. 5 is that's expensive. Darksteel Mutation because, you know, just shutting off someone's commander or main creature. Hi, Mark. Is a great way to mess with them. I don't do this very often at all. I thought this would be kind of sweet. I'm stealing the idea from Tomer. Don't tell him I said it, because I don't want him to get too confident that what I think he does is great and awesome. So, what else? I think Bloodsoaked Champion, Nether Trader, Bloodgas is probably too expensive for this deck, unfortunately. Let's look at the prices on these bad boys. Yep, $10, too much. Nether Traitor. Nether Trader's okay at 2, and a Bloodsoaked Champion's $1. That's not too bad. These are ways that we can kind of discard them, and then to Armix's ability, and then at the same time bring them back later on. So that's kind of cool. I think that's how we're gonna work it. Is that basically it's like creatures we could discard and then recur easily. Maybe even excuse me, reassembling skeleton. Whisper Silk Cloak is a good idea, but I think that's Shroud, isn't it? I think something sweet for this deck would be the... Hold on, let me find it. I know I pulled one out before. Filth. Filth would be a fantastic card to pitch to Armix, make himself unblockable, and then at the same time Yeah, we have filth. Okay, perfect. Filth it is. Ooh, he's expensive. Goodness. Okay, we're already at $30. What are some of the auras that turn things into swamps? That's what I want to know. I need yeah, I'm pretty much we agreed, Kyoji, to keep the commanders to the Commander Legends partners, specifically the new ones, and I believe we also specified the uncommon ones. So I'm trying to stick to that as much as I can. At the same time, Skeleton Shard, Roar Reclamation. Jamie, that's a good suggestion. It's just you guys are ripping out good suggestions. Holy cool. Let me just skeleton. Oop, I can't spell. Skeleton Shard. Which I actually think I have, yeah. I have a Skeleton Shard. Ooh, Evil Presence. Thank you, Kyoji. That's the one. It was like from New Phyrexia, I think. Yes. Yes. Sideboard. Max, you're crazy. Single combat. I mean, yeah, that's a kind of cool card. I'll put that into the sideboard as well. Promise of Loyalty. You guys are going to see how bad of a speller I am. Cool. Warbler is... Yeah, I think Hedron Archive is 100% something I would run normally, so I think that's a bit of a no-brainer. Probably a Command Tower. Temple of Silence. Double Tutor. Burning Ruin Demon. Let's see what this guy is. $3, my goodness! Enter the battlefield, may search for your library for not named it. I didn't even know this card existed. And for some reason the foil is cheaper than the normal. That makes sense. Mindstone. Yeah, we're gonna do the typical mana rocks like the Orzhov Signet. Maybe even the Orzhov Key Rune. Because it's a body, I think, the Key Rune. Yeah, with a lifelink. So worst case, we can slap whatever we want onto him. Madness, I'm super down with Madness cards. I just don't know them off the top of my head. I'll be completely honest with you. They're kind of... The theme of the deck is attacking with Orzhov. So it's like an Orzhov Voltron kind of style deck with Ardenn either equipping auras and equipment onto creatures for free, or Ardenn using swapping around like curses and stuff like that to manipulate the battlefield in my favor. So I think I have Sanctuary Blade, Whisper Silk Cloak, Blackblade Reforged. I want to put in Wayfarer's Bauble, but that's like a $5 card. Let's see how much Blackblade Reforged is. Boom, 74 cents. I can afford that. Whisper Silk Cloak. $2. My goodness. Sanctuary Blade. This is one of my spoiler cards. 25 cents. Yes, even better. Open the Armory is how much? Open the Armory. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Open the Armory is a great card. I have that. And definitely lets you go and find some important things. Apparently I can't find it. There we go. Caves of Koilos, a cheap land fix, I think. Let's see, there must be other enchantments or auras. Dark Withering Biting Rain. Dark Wither. That's the removal one, I believe. It's an instant, yeah. And then Biting Rain. Biting Rain. My only concern with Biting Rain is the fact that it would kill, in theory, if I just discarded it, both of my commanders in one shot. Call to the Netherworld sounds good. To the Nether. Yeah, I'm down with that. Biting Rain I think we'll remove for now. This I don't actually own. Demonic Gift. Demonic Gifts? Nope, I don't think that's it. Yeah, the Nettle Assist would be amazing, but I think we might be playing this sooner than later. Well, actually, who knows? Big Game Hunter. I think I have a Big Game Hunter. Oh, he's cheap too. I'll put him in the maybe pile on the sideboard because I just don't know. The restrictions is it just has to be under $100, Omar. Call to the Netherworld is actually in the sideboard because I don't own a physical copy of it. Grim Harvest. These are good. Grim Harvest. I like this. I like Madness. Madness is kind of cool. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oof. My only hesitation is that Grim Harvest is something I'm gonna miss a trigger for. Ooh, thank you, Adrian. What's up? Generous gift, cranial plating. Cranial plating, that's pretty sweet. Ooh, 25 cents. Oh, his suggestions are awesome. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mirror Shield. I think that's from like Theros, isn't it? It's pretty spicy. Don't own it though, so we'll put it sideboard. Muck Drub. Muck Drub. What is a Muck Drub? That's a weird card. I like that. It's okay, Omar. I forgive you. Bloodthirst Blade. Bloodthirst. Ooh, I like that. That's one of the... Oh, yeah, Goad. Goad. Ooh, love it. Okay, cool. Bone Miser. Finn, Bone Miser is a little bit expensive, I think. Is my only hesitation to... Oh, he's only $2. Okay. You convinced me. Night Howler is the aura that's also a creature, I think? Oh, you guys are crushing it with these suggestions. Whoa! Loving it. And can I think with Ardenn I can swap them around, can't I? That's pretty sweet. This is a Madness / Voltron / Curse / everything. It's gonna be sweet. All that glitters. It's $1. Ethereal Armor. Okay, well. Oh, 60 cents. Perfect. Cool. Armored Skin. Rune of Mortality. There are so many cards I've never heard of. Rune of Mortality. Oh, sick. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. That is so cool. What about Silverblade Paladin? How much is that? Silverblade Paladin, because you can give Armix or Ardenn double strike. What else? What else? What else? Demonic Embrace. Someone is suggesting. Let's see that. Oh, sick. Yeah, then I can discard a madness card to it. I like that. I think actually Mark introduced me to that one. I've seen that in as a result of him. Mirror Retriever, Ink, Killian Ink Duelist. Ink Duel. What's he do? Spells. Okay. Makes auras. Wow, okay. I'm down with that. Move him to the sideboard. Goad is fantastic. Goad is such a great mechanic. Like, people are yelling at me to put Loxodon on Warhammer. Alright. Boom. Loxodon on Warhammer. I only have the one copy, and it's in Mist form / I guess now it's Ovar, so I'll pick up another one. The sideboard is getting out of control. Let's see. If you're wondering why I'm looking over here, it's because that's where the chat is, so I'm just, I don't want to miss anything. Fire Gift of Caldra. I haven't barely looked at removal, like, at all. We have Dispatch. So, and Dark Withering, which is pretty sweet. I think I'll have to put Dark Withering into the sideboard because I don't know if I own one. Okay, Mark, that's what I'm remembering it from then. Mirrodin Uncommon version for Big Elephant Hammer. Marshall, oh, the Impetus spells. We're going pretty hard on these, oh, these are sweet. Archfiend of Ifnir. I have an Archfiend of Ifnir, actually. I really wanted to play him. It was originally going to be in my cycling deck with Zur, but I decided not to build that because that sounds awful. Feed the Swarm. These suggestions are so good. Destroy Dark Creature Enchantment. I just need like a zillion of these. Actually, I need a lot of the Feed the Swarm. Those are really good. My sideboard is getting out of control. Orzhov Charm. Converted mana cost 1 or less. Return target creature you control. Orzhov Charm's cute. Ardenn and Skull Clamp. Okay. Whoa, $7 though. That's steep. Hollow One is on theme. Excuse me. Let's see, hydrated. And it's $1. It's a pretty decent beater. So I guess I could swing with Armix, discard a card, and then cast it for 3 in my second main, or worst case, cycle it for 2 if it's a dead draw. So that's pretty sweet. Go for the Throat. Come on, how many cards have go for the? $2. My goodness, that's expensive. We also need like some pretty decent wipes. I think Divine. Not Divine. Is it Divine Reckoning? Divine Reckoning's the one that's. Yeah, Divine Reckoning's the one I'm thinking of. Basically, that's pretty sweet. Despark is good. I think Fracture is actually really, really strong. Which MTG the stack suggested, and I strongly agree with. I don't actually own one though, so that is problematic. Hour of Revelation. That Seeing as the game I posted last week had it. Heartless Act. Heartless Act. What is it? Heartless Act. It's not bad. It's a bit expensive. $1.30 for kind of conditional removal. We'll put it at the sideboard. Hey, Chris. Thanks. Single combat, I believe, is here. It's in my sideboard because I just don't own it. Fumigate's a pretty sweet one. And it's relatively inexpensive. Desperate Tactics. Nope. Desperate. Banshee Blade, Mark. Let's check that. Oh, that's the one that you put like scream counters onto it, don't you? I think I actually have one. Yeah. Yeah, I have one of these. These are weird. I'll put that in the sideboard for now just because I don't know. What are some other good curses that we could get and like slap? What's the there's like a white curse that basically Seraphic Greatsword. I have a copy of it actually, Seraphic Greatsword, on the side over here. I just don't like the conditionalness of getting the angel, and the +2/+2 is just kind of generic. I'd hope to put Lurrus in this deck because recurring converted mana cost 2 or less is a lot of this deck at this point, but no, I don't think basics are going to count towards the total cost, or at least I don't. I'm not gonna be upset if like Max decides to be some kind of stranger danger and do something insane and get weird basics. What about Scythe Claw? What are we feeling about Scythe Claw? Cutting people's life in half? I'm always down with that. Plus it comes with a body, so that's pretty sweet. Overwhelming Splendor, yes! Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, $6 though. Okay. That's good, but expensive. Put them in the sideboard. Lifelink Quill Pen. This is Moxfield I'm using. Curse of Exhaustion. Let's just type in Curse. Curse of Exhaustion is definitely something I want to mess with. I'm down with that. Put it in the sideboard mostly because I don't own a copy. Curse of Fool's Wisdom. 58 cents. And it's Madness. Yup. Let's do that. Boom. Again, just don't own it, so it's there for the time being. Dire Tactics. Dire Tactics. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. What is it? Dire Tactics is a instant. Yeah, Dire Tactic, exile target creature. Boom. Okay, sweet. Curse of Misfortunes. You may search your library for a curse card that doesn't have the same name as a curse attached to the player. Put it on the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely interesting. Hey Trey. Swift motor dies. What happens? Does it attach to you? No, I think it just goes to the graveyard. Curse of Death Hold. 50 cents. Boom. These are getting kind of expensive though. That's the only thing in terms of mana cost. Like 5, 4, 6, 5. They're not cheap. Is my only concern. Creature wise, we're pretty light. I'm thinking like something like an Armory Automaton. He's $5. My goodness, why are you so expensive? Already at $82. Wah! 3 Dreams. I think I own one of these. Yeah, it's somewhere. I have to go find it though. You can run Ritual. Yeah, I guess Dark Ritual would be not bad. Help power out stuff early on. Creature-wise, I think we're a bit light though. We want... SRAM is actually in my maybe board, mostly because I just don't own a copy of it. Danitha. Boom, perfect. Danitha's great. I might have one, I don't know. Tajnar Swordsmith. I think I have one of these. Like, you can pay X to find... Yeah, I got one of these. Cool, okay. Gorgon Recluse. Ooh, 3 cents, yes. And it's Madness. I'm down. I think Madness with Armix is pretty sweet. Rain of Filth. Really? Okay, I guess Rain of Filth. I guess there are going to be situations where... Wait, that's not the card I'm thinking of. That's $7 is rough. Put it to the sideboard though. Trespasser's Curse? What are... Trespasser's Curse. That's actually pretty sweet. I like that. Just transforms into a curse type effect. I'm Hidden Light. If you're, yeah, lay it on me. Like at this point, we're brainstorming. Auras cost less. That's good. Archon of Sun's Grace. Love it. Cheap is good. Oh, and Constellation. Oh, what's the giant? The Constellation Giant. There's another one. There's a creature that when a creature that's like enchanted dies, draw a card, I think. Or when it dies, draw a card for every aura or equipment on it or something like that. Is that something? Torment? Scare? Torment of Scarabs. I know that's an enchantment. That's fun. I'll have to put that in the main board because I just don't own it. Malakir Rebirth is a card I love. Super cheap, and it's a land. Doomwake, boom. Doomwake Giant, yes please. Love it. Hateful Eidolon. Is that the one? Yes. Yes. I think that works for my opponents as well, so I think that's pretty sweet. We're getting dangerously close to the $100. To the $100 mark. So we're gonna have to be. Is it counting the sideboard? I think it might be counting the sideboard though. That's probably part of the problem. Cursed Witch. Infectious Curse. Score, yeah. I'm in. Beautiful. Mask of Addison. Shadows of the Past is you return all the cards that you cycled, I think. I know it's an enchantment. Whenever a creature dies, scry 1. I think we could do better than that one, unfortunately. I don't know if that's what we want exactly. Stonehaven Outfitter. Stonehaven Outfitter 3. This is the one that gets pumped. Quick creature whenever. Yeah, I need draw. Perfect. I'll need to get one of these though. To the sideboard you go! Mask of Memory. Greed. Orzhov and Euthanist. Haunt. Has he put into graveyard from Shadow of the Grave. Ardenn, Mortify. Yeah. Let's get some Mortify. I think Vindicate's even relatively cheap, isn't it? Oh no, it's $8. Never mind. Ardenn is fairly inexpensive, I think. Yeah, 54 cents. Beautiful. Open the vaults. It's a good one. It's $1, but it's good. Mess Enchantress. I'm only running 6, well I guess actually probably more than 6, but we'll need to figure that out. What's Animate Dead at nowadays? $3? I think that's not bad. Mesa Enchantress. Doomwake Giants is right here. Oops, Mesa. Oops. Okay. Hateful Eidolon is in the over here. It's one of the cards. I'm keeping the cards I don't own in the sideboard for the time being. Curse of Shallow Graves. Curse of Shallow Grave. Sure. Yeah. What are the is it Curse of Opulence, I think it is? Succumb to Temptation. Draw 2. I mean, that's not bad. Sage's Reverie. Oh, that's the one where you use a draw based on... Oh, that's cheap. Yep, I'm down with cheap. Necromancer's Covenant. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard, then put zombies. That's not bad. It's expensive. What's the It's like profane. This one. Profane Procession. This is a pretty sweet one because it's like removal plus it can turn into a land that does stuff. Definitely into that. Endless Atlas. As an artifact, I think. That's not bad. Should probably put like Soul Ring in. What else? Read the Bones is good. Solemn. Simu. How much is he? Ooh, he's $1. Yes. Love it. SRAM is here. He's just he's down at the bottom of the list over here. He's right here. Witch's Cottage. That's a card I'm super curious about. I think people are sleeping on that card. Max, I'm gonna have a massive list for you. Sign in Blood. Sign in Blood's fantastic. I like card draw. No worries, Alex. I mean, there's stuff that's hidden, unfortunately, because the list has gotten so massive. So we're at 65 main board, 46 sideboard. Cursed Land. Inspiring Statuary. Inspiring... What's that? Is that a land? Non-artifact spells you have. I think it's kind of expensive for what that does. I'm not looking... I don't know about that. This deck is basically Voltron / Madness / Discard. So... Dark Bargain. Dark Bargain. What is Dark Bargain? It's a bit slow. Time to trick down. Hall of Helios. Marco, we're trying to keep this under $100. We're already at 115. Moonlight Bargain. What about, oh, Mary Shepherd's actually pretty sweet because I'm going to be playing a lot of 55 cents. Perfect. That's a good price for that. This is actually fantastic because I'm going to be playing a lot of planes in the deck to begin with, so that's pretty sweet. Necrotic Hex. Necrotic Hex. Necrotic Hex. No, I think that's too much. I want a bit more... Sir Conrad. I do like Sir Conrad. Because he's in a ping... Yeah. Because if I discard to Armix, he can trigger and deal 1 to each opponent. And he mills. Yeah. Yeah. Blade Splicer. I love this card back when Nyapod was a thing in Standard. That was a lot of fun. Edge of Divinity. Where's Edge of Divinity? That's not bad. I guess it just kind of, it's a +3/+3 or, I don't know about that. Welding Jar. This is the one where you sacrifice an artifact to regenerate an artifact, right? Oh, you sacrifice it. Yeah, I guess I could sacrifice Mind Crank. Is Mind Crank expensive? Because that could be... Oh, it is expensive. Cyclo Bolus. Flesh Bag. Yeah, Flesh Bag is like a nice, usually 3-for-1 kind of thing. Maybe even a Plague Crafter. So we've got a decent amount of creatures. Okay, sorceries. Heavy on the artifacts, which is actually kind of fine because it works well with the Skeleton Shard. Oh, but it's only target artifact creature. So it's really only... We have what? We have Solemn, Armix. I don't really... Actually, I'm thinking not about getting rid of the Armory Automaton. I'm not super into that. Tashar. This is the one that's... Tashar actually would be pretty spicy because this is a... Oh yeah. Tashar is a sweet addition. Thank you. That was a great one. Omar, it has to be under $100. I have a Mind Crank as well, but it's $4.56. So it's a bit on the expensive side for cards in this deck. But it does work so well, Sir Conrad. Oh. And when they lose life, because Armix is going to be swinging too, so that's kind of sweet. Yeah, we're going to keep it. Maul of the Sky Cleaves. Maul of the Sky Cleaves. Let's see what this does. Maul of the Sky Cleaves. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Archfiend Divisioneer is right there. He's very sweet. Business Dolphin. Artifact lands. Bronze Guardian. Bronze Guardian. Bronze Guardian. Ooh. Bronze Guardian's sticking in. What is the name of the... It's a golem that fights, and when it dies, it flips into a land. Omar, the important thing is the number down here. Argentum armor is pretty sweet, especially considering I'm not going to be hopefully not paying the actual cost. Blink Moth Urn. Plum. Plum is a fun word. Plum the Forbidden. I think it's an instant. Ooh, I like that. Golden Guardian. Thank you, Guardian. Yeah, that's the one. Because it's A, it's an artifact. B, it can hopefully be removal. And then C, it creates artifact tokens when it flips. And it adds 2 mana of whatever I want. I think that's pretty sweet for this kind of deck. Plus it's a golem, plus it works with Blade Splicer. So I think there's like a lot of synergistic kind of funness with this. I have like 4 lands. So we're gonna be cutting down quite a bit after. Conqueror's Galleon. Yes. I love at this point like any multifaceted card, like a two-sided card. What words am I trying to say? I'm tired. Even if it fights my own creatures, that's fine too. I'm fine with that. Argentum armor, that'll go in the pile. What are we thinking about Elbrus? How are we feeling about that? Elbrus the Binding Blade. I think that's pretty actually sweet. Why is this $4? No one plays this card. Why? Oh god. 7 mana. We're not playing this card, never mind. There we go. Yeah, MDFCs. MDFCs. We have another one somewhere here. Totally Paladin, that's one. Sage Reverie, another one we're putting in. Suntain. Sigeri Shelter. Sigeri Shelter is a good one. Sigeri Shelter. Because it's also a land. Colossus Hammer was the #1 card I put in as soon as I made this deck. It was number one. I love it. Like the whole deck is basically an excuse for me to play Colossal Hammer and beat people down with it until they're dead. Do we want to put Heliod's Pilgrim in as a way to find curses? Is that seems like it could be pretty decent tech. Because I'm kind of avoiding any specific tutors. So, Daring Fiend Bonter. Oh. I think I saw Max play that card, Daring Fiend Bonter, and it works well because I can discard it with Armix for 4. Okay, I'm down with that. Haunted Cloak is pretty sweet. Glorification. It's a $3 card. That's one of the weird ones from, yeah, where things become gold. I don't know, it feels a little bit defensive. Bone Horde. I guess Bone Horde could be pretty sweet, actually. And it's relatively inexpensive. Lochiel. Clockwork Scholar. Lochiel seems sweet. Yeah. Boom. Cool. Nemesis Mask. So it's basically like what's that unicorn thing? The one that forces you to block. I'll put it in the sideboard. I'm not too sure on that one. Disc, yeah, Neverwinter's disc is pretty decent. Golem skin gauntlets. Plus, it has golem in its name, so we're... Yeah, I like it. Put it to the... Oh, shoot, did I just... No, I didn't. Okay, good. Charcoal diamond. Oh yeah, the diamond cycle. Yeah, charcoal diamond. What's the other one? Marble diamond. What is a marble diamond? Is that a thing? We gotta think of lands. We gotta think of lands. We're getting way distracted. Way too distracted. I'm thinking we run the cycle lands. Definitely the cycle lands. I want to... that's a card I want to consider. We'll have to think about that. Buried Ruin. Command Tower. Caves. What are we thinking about Eldrazi Conscription? Eldrazi Conscription. $11. $11. No, that's too much. That's too much. We'll do a Darksteel Citadel, because that's pretty cheap. I'll do a Buried Ruin. The Snow Duels, yep. Snow Duels are pretty sweet. I also think, do I have it? Sorry, I don't mean to be... It's one of the campuses I think would be pretty sweet, because having Scry is always nice. Buried Vault of the Archangel. How much are we? $7. Good God. I don't usually build budget decks. Ancient Den, Vault of Whispers. Because I just like playing whatever I have. We have nine lands. Campuses are a trap. I mean, this is a budget build though, so we have to think like, we're not going to have like super tight, perfect mana bases. Like we're going to probably run the Orzhov Guildgate and some other garbage lands. Dowsing Dagger, Dowsing Dagger. I'm down with Dowsing Dagger. Well, $4 though. Good God. Arch of Orazca. How much is Arch of Oraz? Arch is good. It's cheap. And I think that's the only requirement is that I have, what, the 10 permanents or whatever? Yeah, City's Blessing. Cave of Coils is in there already. I've also got Temple of Silence. Tainted Field. Tainted Field? Sure. Scoured Barrens. I'm sure I can find one of those. Now, let's put in some plains. And some swamps. Oh, it's a sweet swamp, not swamps. I think what we need to do, switch printing. Just do that normal. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna have to write down stuff that I don't own. High Market, High Market. High Market is one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite lands in almost all of EDH at this point. Just a free sack outlet. Always, always good for me. I think the Thriving lands are actually quite expensive, aren't they? Oh no, okay, Thriving Heath. That's not bad. Goldmire Bridge. Problem is Goldmire Bridge is not available yet. Even Stronghold. I actually have one of those somewhere. Find it after. I'll fight it after. I think... What are we... Nope, okay, I don't. Never mind. Jumpstart. Yeah, I mean, like, at this point we have 18 lands. I think we want at least 36. So, planes, add more, let's say 9. That's 36 lands, assuming we do a split of even 10 and 10. We are now at 114 main board. Oh, Rogue's Passage is pretty sweet, actually. Rogue's Passage. I think this is an okay land base. Heavier on planes due to planes landfall synergy. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's go with 2, and then we'll remove 1. Okay. 37 lands. Forsaken Sanctuary. Scoured Barrens is in there. Shambling Vents. I think I have one of those as well. Shambling Vents. Oh, that's annoying. Shambling Vent is good. It's not so much, Sean, it's not so much that I'm afraid of running them. It's just that I don't want, the budget's already at 137, and we need to cut it down by $37, and we have to cut almost 70 cards. So, Exotic Orchard. Exotic Orchard's always a good one. Yeah, it's cheap too. Let's get rid of a swamp then. Maybe 1 plains. Morbid Curiosity. I haven't seen that. Morbid Curiosity. Where is that? Is that an enchantment? That's pretty sweet. All right, we're gonna have to start cutting. We're gonna have to start cutting stuff down because you have all been very, 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 very helpful with suggestions. Access tunnel. That's. I mean, I guess it gets him through if he's naked, but ideally that's not. I think it's a little bit too low. Seance is a special card. Spire of Industry. Spire of... Is this still expensive? I remember this being... Okay, it's not that bad. Yeah, that's fine. Spire of Industry's fine. Tainted Field's already in there. Run something cheaper than Animate Dead. Am I still running Animate Dead? Let's get rid of this. There's like a lot of stuff that I want to run. I think I'm going to cut Heartless Act. I don't know if that's really what I want. Pathways. Bright Climb. $4. I think our land base is okay. Victimize isn't bad. It's 31 cents. That's a good suggestion. Good, too expensive. Savine's Reclamation. It's a sorcery. I mean, it's $5 and I get to bring back the majority of my deck. I think is actually quite a bit under 3 for the most part, but I guess Sun Titan does the same thing. Ephemerate's probably not, this is probably not the deck for Ephemerate, now that I'm thinking about it. I just like it because it protects stuff, but at the same time, I don't think I need that. Fumigate. Fumigate's only $1.88. I mean, that's life gain too, so I'm fine with that. Open the vaults. Brings back a lot of stuff. Read the bones. Arcane Signet is how much nowadays? Wow, that is how the mighty have fallen. Okay. Beacon, I guess, yeah, Beacon replaces itself because it shuffles in, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a good point. We'll do Beacon instead of Savine's Reclamation because if I get hit with any kind of graveyard removal, that just tanks it. Probably have to put Juka Bog in because I like value. Rally the Ancestors. I'm not a big fan of Rally the Ancestors. I run it in like very... Rally the Ancestors. It's the instant, isn't it? Yeah, exile them. Like it's just, it's an okay... Like I guess actually it would work well with Sir Conrad. You know what? I'll keep it. That's probably not bad. We gotta stop. You have to stop giving me so many good suggestions. We gotta start cutting. We gotta start cutting. Let's put Sarah Sanctum in the deck and just be instantly over budget in a second. I own like 14. I keep taking stuff around, taking stuff down. The current converted mana cost, I think, is 2.06 lands, 3.0 without lands, but that's also factoring in the fact that we have a 54 card sideboard, I think. So, Austere Command. $2? I guess it's not bad for a board wipe, and it's versatile too. Tortured Existence. I think that's expensive now. Oh, 70 cents. That's not too bad. The curve is quite low. It's going to go up, I think, because if I move some of the stuff from the sideboard in, we're going to... like, a lot of the sideboard stuff is actually quite expensive. I'm going to get rid of Banshee Blade for the time being. Sorry, Mark. I just don't own the cards that are over here. Desecrated Tomb. I think that's maybe a little bit too narrow for what we're trying to do. Audric. Are we talking the new Audric? It's the Master Tactician, right? No, it's the other one, isn't it? Lunar Marshal, I think? Yeah. Yeah, Audric is probably better. I'll put him in the sideboard for now just because I need... Oh, the curses, the curses! We can run like 1 or 2 probably, I think, but at this point, like, Fool's Wisdom, I love it in theory, I think it might be a bit too expensive. What is the curse? It's like Curse of Opulence, but it's the black one, and I think it does the same as this. But I also get a zombie at the same time. So... Yeah, we're getting close, I think, to the budget in terms of what we want it to be. I'm going to get rid of Curse of Misfortunes. I think some of these are unfortunately... I think Curse of Exhaustion is fine. I think limiting one person... no, it's kind of rude. And it might hurt me in the long run. There's... there is that Curse of whatever the... Not Curse of Opulence... Help me out, chat. I'm embarrassing myself. I'm going to cut these just because I don't have access to them right now. There'll definitely be something. Curse of Disturbance. Curse of Disturbance. Yes. Yeah, this way I get benefits from my opponents attacking other people. I think that's probably the stronger of the two between these. This is cute. I just don't think it's going to be something I can run. Archon of Sun's Grace. We're kind of moving away a little bit from the enchantment package. I think we're going to go stick more with artifacts. So I think All That Glitters is fine. I think Darkseid Mutation's a good answer. Ethereal Armor, I don't know. Necromancer's Covenant, probably too expensive. I think Rune of Mortality is perfect. It draws as it comes in and gives Death Touch to Armix, which is fine. We could also enchant it onto another thing, so that's kind of sweet. Sage's Reverie. Probably not something we need exactly. The Vow is fine. Vow, I think Vow of... Where'd it go? Enchantments. Oh, there it is. I think Vow of Torment is fine. Again, because it's kind of like Goad, or at the very least, it could pump my commander, so it's multi-purposed. Rune of Tortured Existence is okay. Trespasser's Curse. Don't think we want that. Torrent of Scarabs I like, but it gives the opponent the option of choosing, which is too much. 3 Dreams, again, would be great, but we're gonna stick away from that. Sigarda's Aid is very good, so I'll probably need that. Salvage Titan, at this point, I think it's just a big beater, isn't it? Reign of Filth is too expensive. Prying Blade is definitely something I'm into. Promise of Loyalty. I think Profane Procession is fine. I think that's something that we can work with because it's removal. Jinxed Choker. It's cute. It kind of gets passed around like it's I think that's more of a Zedru card than anything at this point. Dream Devourer. Is this the Oh yeah, this is the Foretell one. Yeah, that's not bad. Demonic Embrace. I guess Demonic Embrace works in that Armix can pitch it, and then I can still cast it onto Armix by discarding another card. So that kind of works. Curse of Disturbance is fine. Cult in the Netherworld. I like the madness sub-theme of this. Big Game Hunter, Dark Withering, yeah, Dire Tactics. Ardenn can move the curses around. The problem is, I don't know if that's what I want to be doing, because Ardenn's trigger lets me put any number of auras or equipment, and I think I'd rather put equipment onto my creatures than I would be other stuff. Cranial Plating is actually in the list already, so that's already there. Grim Harvest. I'm gonna mess that card up. Let's just cut that. Feed the Swarm, I think is great. Evil Presence works beautifully with Filth. Endless Atlas, I think it's gonna be hard to find, is my only concern. Darien Fiendbonder seems fantastic. I think that's gonna be really cute. The Impetus spells, I think, we'll run with because they're just funny, and I love Goad, so we'll go with that. Maul of the Skyclaves is cute. I just think it's probably a bit too expensive. Whenever a creature with potential blocks or becomes blocked. Can I do what I'm thinking of? Sublime is a cool card. But I don't know. I think we're gonna have to get rid of Doomwake Giant. As sad as that is. I just don't think I have the enchantment package for it anymore. Same thing with Mesa Enchantress. Night Howler is still good, I think, because it cares about creatures. Silverblade Paladin. Mirror Shield has... Yeah. Hexproof isn't bad. Morbid Curiosity seems like it could work quite well. Sacrificing stuff to the graveyard. Nemesis Mask. I don't really want people blocking... I guess actually I could put it onto something else and then make... That'll get Armix through. So that's not a bad idea. Overwhelming Splendor. I think we have to run. I think we have to stick it. That's Archfiend of Ifnir is already in there. That's the demon you're thinking of. Door. Madness is like, I think it's going to be a fun mechanic for this. Promise of Loyalty. This seems like a really expensive way to sacrifice the board considering the other board wipes we have. Prying Blade, definitely good. Single combat seems okay. SRAM, Stonehaven Outfitter, Witch's Cottage is very good. So we need to cut another 53 cards? Ugh! Yeah, plus like it's basically a targeted humility, and I don't think people are going to be happy with me if I do that. Let's get rid of Incarnation Technique. I just don't think bringing back that stuff is fine. Hateful Eidolon's fine. Actually, no. So I'm not going to be running a lot of... artifact or enchantments. Gorgon Recluse, again, Madness is fine. Yeah, Pure Steel Paladin, I have it in the pile that was originally this deck was going to be. But I just don't have it. Johan, I don't know what angel that is. If you want to share the name. Etch Champion. I don't have Key to the City. Key to the City is actually a good... I may have missed that in suggestions. Oh, and it's 27 cents, so that's perfect. We're very artifact heavy. Very, very artifact heavy. I think Blink Moth Urn might be a bit too expensive. Signet, Argentum Armor, Black Blade Reforged, fantastic. Bloodthirsty Blade. I'm probably never going to put it onto my commander, and attaching it to someone else's stuff is hilarious. Bonehorde, Colossal Hammer, Conqueror's Galleon. I don't think I have this. I'm going to put it to the sideboard for now. Bronze Guardian is over here. He's actually in the thing. Yeah, Killian's a little bit less good. Yeah. Do we want to run Metalwork Colossus? It's just, it could be a really cheap, big, dumb beater. Bone Miser's another one I need. I'm gonna have to call Max after and get You have to pick up a lot of cards. Cigar Aids on the side. It's there. We're actually already close to the budget, despite the fact that we're almost 50 cards over, which is nice. Spire of Industry, that's another one that I'll have to put in the sideboard because I don't own. We're gonna have to be a bit picky, I think. Actually, Tashara is something I don't own as well. And so speaking of, this is. I think, like, at this point, I'm gonna be playing this deck against other budget decks. Take care of Soexel. Angel of Ruins, Angel of Ruins, Angel of Ruins. Kind of like that. Plane cycling isn't bad. Put this sideboard. Triplicate Titan. Whenever I see Triplicate Titan, I always think of Legion of Superheroes. When it dies, create a 3 token flying. Oh Naginata. Oh Naginata. This is we're getting back into the dangerous zone of we're just getting more and more suggestions, and I'm actually going up as opposed to down. Don't think this is. I mean, I like the golems. I'm not leaning that heavily into the golem tribal. Low insane 8221. Yeah. Metalwork Colossus again. Yeah. I just like if I was running. If this was like green black, like let's say Glissa, and I could power it out for like 2 mana and sacrifice it to greater good, that would be a whole other story. I think whatever I'm going to pay for it for a 10/10 is just don't know. I don't think that's what I want to be doing. I think Danitha makes my equipments cheaper, but the question is how many equipments do I have at this point? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This skeleton shard might not be great at this point. I don't have a ton of artifact creatures outside of Armix. So it's basically pay 1 black to put Armix back to hand. Otherwise, it's more or less just a dead card. Signal Pest, someone's suggesting. Yeah, I like Battle Cry. I don't think I need that, though. Mind Crank is to work with Sir Conrad, but yeah. Thank you, Tomer. You're so helpful. I'm gonna cut Even Stronghold. I'm not gonna be running that. Comes in tapped. Whip of Erebos. How much? Whip of Erebos I think is actually expensive. Yeah, it's like $7. Gear Hulks. Cataclysmic and Noxious. I mean, yeah, Cataclysmic is Noxious isn't bad though. Noxious is not a bad Gear Hulk. I'll put him to the sideboard. Hammer Nazan Linda is a bit too expensive. We're trying to keep it budget friendly at this point. Heliod's Pilgrim, bye-bye. I don't need to tutor for any of those. Blade Splicer's cute. I don't know if it's necessary though. Yeah, the mirrors, the mana mirrors are okay. I'm pretty, well, I don't know. There's still a golem tribal kind of deck. Cut the artifact lands. What benefit do they give? They help with like dispatch, but beyond that, they come back with open the armory. I guess I could up the count of basics and ditch them, but I don't know. It's just on theme at this point. Can't play Scrap Mastery in a white and black deck, unfortunately. Armory Automaton is actually in the pile. It's right here. It's unfortunately just, I don't know, it's Masterwork of Ingenuity. Masterwork of, is how much? $2? I guess coming in as a Colossal Hammer would be hilarious to smash into someone's face. That could work. Yeah, let's get rid of Endless Atlas at this point. I think Evil Presence is worth it because with Filth, we're good. So that's kind of sweet. Salvage Slasher. Salvage Slasher. I mean, he's just a big kind of beater. I think we can do better. I think we can do better. Feed the Swarm. Yep. Dream Devourer, Demonic Embrace, Dark Wither, Curse Disturbance, Conqueror's Galleon. What does Conqueror's Galleon turn into? Oop. Yeah, I kind of like that. The Galleon's pretty good. Not bad. Is Danitha still worth it if we're not running auras? If we're just sticking with equipment? I guess yes, because she's a pretty good Voltron by herself. The Cursed Witch actually might not be worth it now. Cursed Witch actually is probably out. Vanishing Verse. Can you hear that? Awful, awful noise. My neighbors are having their back renovated. Fracture should be replaced by Generous. How much is Generous Gift at this point? $1.86? What, am I made of money? Goodness. But yeah, it's probably slightly better. But the problem is we're still pretty over in terms of cards. Do I need Tortured Existence? I guess in theory I could discard a big creature, or I discard a creature and then bring it back for 1 black. Yeah, Transcendent Envoy is not what we want to do anymore. Sublime isn't bad. Hollow One, I think at this point feels a little bit weak, but it works well with the Archfiend of Ifnir. Johan, I saw the Salvage Slasher. I don't think it's particularly good at this point. It's just a generic giant powered creature. So I think we need a little bit more. That is not a moose, that is the sound of someone cutting stone, which is very loud and annoying. Trading post instead, you say. I do love me a trading post because it gets to make you some goats. And it's an artifact. So I think that works kind of well. But the problem is that we're just doing 1 for 1. So land-based, let's just say for now, this is fine. Gutterbones. Gutterbones. What is Gutterbones? Yeah, Gutterbones is another one of those kind of things where it's like the Bloodsoaked Champion, or the Reassembling Skeleton, or even the Nether Trader, where it's just stuff that it's yes, it's a moose. It's a body. Weightless Sir Conrad. I guess because I pay 1 black and I start like ripping through everything. Yeah, Tortured Existence actually would work pretty well. We'll just double up on that effect, and it's only 70 cents, so it's not that bad. How dare you, pack minutes? How dare you? Goldvein pick gives me treasures. The stations I think are pretty expensive. Let's see, station. Blasting station is $6. Salvaging station is $1. And I don't even remember what it does. A non-creature, yeah, that's not enough for us, I think. Welding jar is pretty good. Probably Scytheclaw isn't the best at 5. It cuts people's life in half, but that's like 1 or more creatures. Do I have a ton of creatures where I can afford to cast Plumb the Forbidden? Myriad Landscape, probably right. It's also expensive. Oh, it's actually 19 cents. Ooh, yes! The cheapest blasting station is the wow, that is weird. Alright, we gotta start looking at stuff to cut now at this point. I think Ethereal Armor is probably out. I think just getting +1/+1 probably more often than not. And First Strike, which is just not what I need. All That Glitters at least benefits from having artifacts out, which is good. I'm back in the vein of I don't know if Rune of Mortality is worth it, because even though it replaces itself with Draw and has Death Touch, I don't think I really need this. At least Prison Term and Dark Mutation can shut off creatures, like problem creatures. So that's pretty sweet. Angel of Ruins, yeah, I think that's still worth it. We need to cut 45 more cards. Good God. Yeah, Orzhov Charm is probably a little bit too weak now that we have no auras. Succumb to Temptation, probably not what we want. Rally the Ancestors. Do I really need Rally the Ancestors? I don't have a ton of sack outlets, the problem, so they're going to get exiled instead. Shimmermere is actually pretty sweet. Shimmermere is a... yeah. Having flash on most of my stuff is pretty sweet. Feed the Swarm. I just want a bunch of copies of this for myself. Golem Skin Gauntlets. I already have Cranial Plating, which I feel like is the superior of the two, although that's cheap. But Cranial Plating also counts like creatures and stuff like that, so I think we'll cut the Golem Skin Gauntlets for now. Bronze Guardian's pretty sweet because it's protection. Call to the Netherworld. How many creatures is there? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10. I only have like 10-ish black creatures. Do I really want any of them to come to my hand? I think Call to the Netherworld is probably not what I need. Mirror Shield, Hexproof. I almost wonder if I just want Swiftfoot Boots. Noxious Gearhulk, Shimmermere, Sigarda's Aid, Single Combat. We're pretty close to being under budget now, which is great. It's just a matter of, you know, making the cuts. I can't add any more cards. Can't. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse. I already have the diamonds. I think they're better than the mirrors right now. I don't think I need the mirrors all that much. I think our removal package is pretty decent. We have a good amount of board wipes. We have a good amount of spot removal. We have... The boots are good. I think Dream Devourer, as good as this is, it's a 0-3, and I guess it reduces... I could like make Loxodon on Warhammer cost 1. But I still pay the full cost. I don't know. I guess I don't need to power out Armix on turn 1. Got a lot of removal. We have to get 40 cards. 40 cards. Good God. This is what gives me so much anxiety. Yeah. Well, no, I think the... Doesn't it consider the CMC with the sideboard? Because 1.89 with lands. Synergy for Evil Presence is to turn off strong lands, and it also works with a way to get Filth to allow me to swing in and be sort of unblocked. The Madness package is to work with Armix, so if I want to discard something big, usually a lot of these cards are fairly costly, so like Big Game Hunter is 3, where I only have to pay 1 black to do it. It gives me a bit more synergy to discard a card, bring it back, and still give the creature -3/-3. Cut down on the artifacts, okay. Revel in Riches, I think, is actually a fairly expensive card nowadays. $5. Whoa! Revel in Rich. Demonic Embrace. It gives Armix flying, and I can bring it back from the graveyard. I think it's the only reason I'm going to keep it. Dark Withering, removal again for Madness. Dream Devourer. I think Dream Devourer is probably the cut. I just don't need a Foretell. Gorgon Recluse. It's just kind of a body, I think. It's cute, but I don't know if I need that. Johan, I'm trying to cut right now. I don't wanna keep adding more and more and more. I think Open the Vault is actually probably better than... Or did I already cut it? Must have already cut it. Do we need our... I guess Hour of Revelations is okay. Can probably get rid of Fumigate. Because triple white's kind of gross. Foundry Inspector reduces the cost. Is it a golem too? That's a construct. Blech. Garbage. No, it's pretty good. I just don't think, I'm just trying at this point to cut stuff down. We need to get down another 37 cards, which is intense. So I'm not too sure. Morbid Curiosity. I'm gonna cut Morbid Curiosity. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Is Lochiel only artifact creatures? Oh, it is. Yeah. My removal package is like Dispatch, Generous Gift, Go for the Throat, Mortify, and Utter End, which is actually, that's a lot. And then we have Austere Command, Divine Reckoning, Fumigate, Single Combat, which is a lot. And as well as Profane Procession, which is an enchantment with removal on it. Tishar still will be good. I think single combat's better than Promise of Loyalty, though. Promise of Loyalty. Because I hit Planeswalkers with single combat, whereas Promise of Loyalty is only creatures. So I think Austere Command, Divine Reckoning are good. Probably can get rid of Fumigate. Sign of Blood's fine, Read the Bones is fine, Open the Armory, Open the Vaults, Victimize. Do we need Victimize? I think 3 is probably fine. I run a lot of removal. Tragic Arrogance. I think Tragic Arrogance would make me sacrifice my artifacts, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'd lose most of my artifacts, which I'm not super into. Muckdrub. I just like this because this is a weird effect on a black creature. But Winds of Abandon is the kind of card, and I'm gonna be very frank with everyone. If I play it at the inopportune time, which I will play it, the comments will be very unkind. Very, very unkind. Pac-Man, I don't know. It's a good question. They both cost 5. Single combat is 3 and 2 white, whereas the Promise of Loyalty is 4 and 1. They both cause sacrifice, so they get around indestructible, but I think it's okay. The creature cost is going down, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a lot in the sideboard, Sean, so that's something to consider. The sideboard is the cards that I just don't physically own, which I'll have to sort of get towards getting. I think Nemesis Mask is cute, but 3 and 3 is a lot, and it's a $1.30 as well, which we could actually take this out and basically be on curve. Sword of Vengeance. That's the one that kind of slaps everything on, doesn't it? It's 53. Sword of Vengeance is actually a great suggestion because it gives Vigilance, Trample, Haste. So that would actually work really well with Audric, which is perfect. Exit, it's cute, but it's like, I like Goad, and I'm running the Impetuses as well, so those are also Goad-based creatures. Thanks, McLean. gives you most? Chroma's Blessing. I think Chroma's Blessing is an enchantment, isn't it? That's not, I don't need that. Chroma's Vengeance. Shadow Spear, Shadow Spear, Shadow Spear is how much? Shadow Spear is like $10. That's way too expensive for this. I'm already at $100 and I've got 33 cards to cut still. I've seen Audric do either incredible stuff or do like zero stuff. I believe I already cut Plum the Forbidden, didn't I? No. That's good. I think Muck Drub's gonna have to go. As cute as it is, I don't have a discard outlet really beyond, I guess, Tortured Existence. Is Tortured Existence a discard outlet? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could pay 4, which is not that much of a reduction from his cost, because he's 5. And it would change removal. Yeah, I mean, I think Muck Drub is probably going to be a cut. I don't think I need it. Architect of Ascension will give a lot of ward protection. 3-drop. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more than 3-drop artifacts, though. I think that's part of the problem. Big Gain Hunter is just, it's the synergy that works, it works with Armix. It's the madness is what I'm keeping it for at the time being. And like, it works with Bone Miser. I don't know. Ugh, I hate cutting cards. Ugh. Mirror Shield. I think instead of Mirror Shield, there's like Haunted Cloak, I think is probably better. It's 4 cents. Oh, it's Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. That's not the same. Ugh. Hexproof. Feed the Swarm. Yeah, I guess it's just more removal. Haunted Cloak. Haunted Cloak works well with Audric, but Audric is not always going to be there. Sigarda's Aid is in there. We may want to quit so many and they aren't all great. That's fair. Mask of Memory, wasn't aware of Shadows Result $10. Yeah. This Cloak doesn't give hexproof. No, it does not. What's that cheap hexproof thing that gives more than just hexproof, other than Whisper Silk Cloak, which I think is already in the list? The Onaginata gives Trample. And it's only 1 to cast. So it could, in theory, be pay 1, equip it with Ardenn onto... Yeah. I think the Onaginata is okay. The question is, do we want to like effects like Prying Blade / Golden Vein Pick? I know people aren't super into it. I think it's cute. I'd like to keep one of them. Dolmen Gate. Dolmen Gate is an interesting idea. Mask of Avacyn. Mask of Avacyn. People were yelling at me about this card before, I think, actually. Mask of Avacyn. Hexproof and +1/+2. Felipe, not right now. I'm trying to keep it to stuff that I can probably get for like tomorrow, because we are going to be filming in my garage socially distanced, and I'm hoping to have this deck done. But we'll see how that goes. Search for glory. Search for glory. Can't spell. I have a Duelist Heritage. I actually like that card a lot. Search for glory is just I don't think we need this. Tashar is actually in the list. I don't know, maybe my head's in the way, but it's he's there. The Bird Wizard is there. Bird Cleric, excuse me. Painful. If we keep cutting stuff down, I think we'll be able to include some more expensive cards because we still have to cut 29 cards and we're under $100 at this point. So that's kind of nice. But I have 102 in the main board. So we're going to have to cut some stuff. Masterwork is cute. Mindstone's cute. Key Ruin can probably go. Sanctuary Blade isn't bad. +2/+0 and has protection from a chosen color. I don't have this. I don't have the dual lands, and I don't really. There's only Sir Conrad, I think, as far as legendaries go that I need to find. So I guess Sir Conrad, Odric, Tashar, SRAM. That's 4. Bonehorde is kind of weak. I guess you're right. Does Skull Clamp work if I put it onto an opponent's creature that... So this is what I'm thinking. Skull Clamp, use Ardenn, put Skull Clamp into an opponent's creature, swing Armix, discard a card, Armix kills the creature. Do I draw the cards from that? Yeah, the Stonehaven maybe can go. Gutter Bones is okay. Locks on a Warhammer I feel like is a home run in terms of equipment, just because. Black Blade and other legendary sword. I don't think I have another legendary sword, do I? I think it's just Black Blade at this point. But I think Ardenn lets you... Beginning of a combat turn, you may attach any number of ores and equipments you control to target, permanent, or player. So I think I can put Skull Clamp onto an opponent's creature. Yeah, a Nettle Cyst would be amazing. I would love that card. I think it'd be fantastic. We could probably get rid of Vow of Torment. We're running the 2 other Goads. I think Trailblazer boots are actually expensive. They're like $240. Holy cow. Puresteel Paladin is not off the charts. It's just if we can cut $10 from the deck and 28 cards, I'm 100% in. I just think that right now we can't. I mean, it's a very fringe. It's a very fringe interaction with Ardenn and the Skull Clamp. I don't have. I mean, I could kill what, the Blade Splicer, the Bloodsoaked Champion, the Reassembling Skeleton, Nether Trader. I think actually it's still worth it. I think I have enough of a creature package that can recur itself that it would be okay. Puresteel Paladin is $10, yes. Colossal Plow. What is this? Is this an equipment? Crew 6. Whoa! That's very high. So cutting skull clamp gets me, oh yeah, actually gets me more than halfway to pure steel paladin. Okay, we'll cut clamp. We'll cut clamp. Ah, I can't cut clamp. I can't quit you. Let's see what else. What's expensive in the deck? Sublime Archangel. I don't think. Do we really need it? Because we're just going to be attacking by himself, I guess. Hollow One's a buck. I actually don't think it's that good now at this point. Golden Guardian. This is going to be the sideboard just because I don't own it. But yes. Elder Retreat. Can't spell. Each creature you control. I can't. News at 11. Goblin player loves Skullclamp. Correct. Call to the Netherworld was in this deck. I've cut it. I don't have enough black creatures to justify running that. It just doesn't make sense. Sword of Vengeance, Trading Post, Trailblazers, Boots. Non-basic Land Walk is great, but yeah, Mind Crank is half of basically that. Sir Conrad works by himself, and I can get a lot of incremental value out of Tortured Existence while at the same time still using Tortured Existence to its intended purpose, which is switching cards back and forth. Whatever how much black mana I have, I can kind of dump into that. I think that's fine. Because we're not really milling our opponents in any other way outside of that. So I think that's fine. Sort 96. Let's see what Pure Steel Paladin is. Pure Steel Paladin. 1027. Okay, so we need to cut $6 from our main, well, just from overall, I guess, at this point, which is going to be happening no problem. I don't have Sculpting Steel, no. Prowler's Helm. This is, it's $1. It's like half the price. And it does something similar, I think. This is very much, if you've ever seen my videos, if you are familiar with Mike from New Jersey, this is one of his favorite cards. So, Mask of Absence already in the list. It's possible we find space for a Mind Crank and a Pure Steel Paladin. I'm not saying that's impossible. Spire of Industry. I don't think we actually need this. And that would push it to 37 lands, and we already have a lot of NDFCs. You don't like Profane Procession? Take care, Recycled. I've always wanted to play Profane Procession. But I guess I do have enough removal as it is, so I really don't. Cling to Dust. Let's see what this is. Cling to Dust, cling to dust, cling to dust. I don't think that's what we need. I know Skull Clamp is on the list. I can't cut it. I can't do it. I need it. I need it so bad. That's fair. So if we're not going to focus on the madness sub-theme and just look at it in the sense of using discard with Armix and still being able to recur stuff with like Tortured Existence, we could get a lot farther. In that case, then Big Game Hunter is okay. Bone Miser's fine. Daring Fiend Hunter, again, is incremental. I guess I could probably... I don't need Dark Withering. I don't need Demonic Embrace. Do we need Golden Guardian? Golden Guardians probably can go. Crashing Drawbridge is okay. We still need to keep cutting. I think I'm going to get rid of Prime Blade, just that I just don't think we need it. We still need to cut 23 cards, which is rough. And we're at 100. We're not creature heavy, I think. We're not super creature heavy. I'm not super big into introducing Monarch. I always end up losing it, which is unfortunate. Feldar Retreat's okay. We're not a landfall-based deck, but it makes bodies and it pumps our board. But our board isn't exactly... Our board isn't exactly wide. I do own Loxodon Warhammer. I own a singular copy of Loxodon Warhammer, and it's in Mist form / Orvar, which is whatever I feel like at the time of the day when I play it. So I'd like to get another copy just because it's also a very good card. What else do we want to get rid of? Do we need to get rid of Danitha? Is Danitha worth it? I guess yes, she's good because Audric works with her well. I don't think Sublime, like I was saying before, we're not exactly going wide. We're not exactly going wide. So we're already down to 97. So if we want to put Mind Crank back in as a finisher with Conrad, that works. But does Swordsmith find... It's only equipment, so we can't actually find the Mind Crank. Mind Crank can only be drawn into, which is a problem, I think. I just think it'd be cute to get Big Game Hunter to kill something that's a 3/3 with by discarding to Armix and then paying 1 black and blowing up something bigger. And it's not restrictive. And you can clamp it. Ogre's Cleaver. Let's see what this does. It's just a generic pump. I need a little bit more. Oh, Sublime only works. Yeah, then that's not even that great. I mean, Emeria can bring back permanence, though. That's the only reason I'm saying that this is not a landfall-based deck in that I'm not going to be abusing multiple lands in a turn. Like, I'm not even playing Evolving Wilds or Terramorphic at this point. So, I don't know. There's a lot of, like... Prison Term is cute with Ardenn, though. And it also, I think it can move itself around, so it still works. Darksteel Mutation, again, is a good way to sort of deal with cards that I can't deal with normally, and it can die to Armix discarding a card. Marius Shepherd, though. Joseph, it's easy to say not to have tunnel vision, but my brain is like, what if? What if? Does Night Howler... Is Night Howler worth it at this point? I guess is the next question. Johan, I don't really have much of a team, though. It's not... I think Swiftfoot Boots would be better than that. So... I don't know. I don't know if Crashing Drawbridge is the the way to go. I think Night Howler can go. I just don't I don't think I'm gonna have that many creatures, and I don't think I'm playing against graveyard-based decks, so Armored Sky Hunter. It's $1, so I'm already in trouble with that. I guess I can actually probably get rid of Archfiend at Bifnir. Although with Armix, it still kind of works. What is our mana package is pretty good. Signet, Diamonds, Sphere, Soul Ring, Signet. Could probably get rid of Sanctuary Blade. I wanted to play this because this is one of my preview cards. I think it's probably not the strongest. We'll keep Trading Post because it does quite a bit. Whisper Silk Cloak is very good. I would prefer Hexproof, I think, to Shroud, though. So maybe Whisper Silk Cloak, instead of Cloak, we'll do Swiftfoot Boots. Because it's already cheaper than that anyway. I don't like Open the Vaults in the sense that it gives our opponent stuff back too. But I guess since we're almost a dedicated discard kind of base deck, that's not bad. I think Howler is just... I think Howler's one of the cuts. Playcrafter and Fleshbag Marauder I think are good enough that they can still stick around. Daring Fiendbonder is kind of cute. I think overall though, it's not necessarily what I need it to be. And I think the Angel of Ruins as well can probably go. I think Ardenn has to target. It's target permanent or player. So she can't. He can't, I don't believe. Bronze Guardian. Bronze Guardian's expensive, but it gives ward power. I know Mirror Shield goes hexproof, but the problem is that I don't need the Death Touch immunity too much. Hexproof and Haste, however, works really well with Audric. Yeah, we're getting there. We're down to 97 main board, 21 sideboard, so we need to make 18 more cuts. Mirror Shield. I mean, that's fair. Again, I don't know how relevant the Death Touch is going to be. Do we need Parasitic? Do we want to do the 2 goads at this point? I think it's a good idea. We can basically guarantee the biggest creature on one person's board doesn't mess with us, and I think even though it's going to cost us the entire So Audric, yeah, can be a go wide card, but I think also because stuff like Bronze Guardian has Double Strike built into it, and is that about it? That might be about it, actually. Yeah, I guess Sun Titan has Vigilance. When did this come in? I don't remember putting this in. I think actually the Armored Sky Hunter is good. Digging 6 cards deep when it attacks isn't bad. Probably, yeah, I think Welding Jar can go. That's what I'm thinking as well, Jimmicky. I think the impetuses are good enough in that if I know there's a creature that's going to kill me next combat or something like that, I can basically guarantee that they won't attack me as long as they don't have that removal, which, I mean, they do, and in that case, then I die. But that's part of the game. Felipe, I don't actually know. We assigned, the way we're building this is that we each picked 2 of the uncommon partner commanders from Commander Legends, and then we'll slam them together. And Halvar, we'll build decks, and they got to be commons. Oof, that's expensive. 642 is, yeah, it's out of budget at this point. We're just on the cusp right now, so sort of the realms. Yeah, we have to cut $6 down though. That's the problem. I think Imari Shepherd for the cost is still probably worth it. Yeah, I think the impetus is this is fine. Yeah, I think the martial impetus is fine. Skyrunner. Is there anything? I think Conqueror's Galleon has to survive combat, which at the 10 toughness is almost going to guarantee to be Dune. Let's case the goat is great because it's down to something. Someone's definitely playing Rogue Rack. Okay. This is not an app. This is actually Moxfield. It's the website. Do we want to cut lands down since we have 30? No, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. We don't want to go down that road. That's scary. Commander Sphere. Hidden Light. That's Hidden in Light. That is 100% understandable. But I will die on this hill. I think this is the hill I'm going to die on. 4 power to crew. I mean, it does everything when it transforms. It draws me a card and discards a card. It draws me a card. It returns any card I want to my hand. It just feels like a good card. I've seen Trevor use it in Elesh Norn quite effectively. So, all right. Just like lands. I'll get rid of the Galleon, which is sad. MP versions of everything. Do we need Sajari Shelter? Does it need to have? Do I need protection from blah? I think Malakir Rebirth is probably better. The question, I guess protection from is it all creatures or just one? Target creature you control gains protection from color of your choice until the end of turn. It's probably not the best. We're gonna have to get a bit aggressive because I have to finish, unfortunately, at I have to finish in about 17 minutes. Evil Presence is probably a little bit. That's it. I like the cute interaction, but it does literally nothing by itself outside of turn someone's land into a swamp. And I don't think at a $100 budget, I have to worry about too many lands. I think Curse is fine. Shimmermir's good. Sigarda's aid is good. Single combat, yep. I guess I can actually... I have a land here. I could probably cut one of these. Undo inversion, I just don't... we're just at too many. I have no idea how to count the MDFC cards. They confuse me and frighten me, so... Do we want to get rid of Argentum Armor? Is that a cut? People are making suggestions, they're not cuts! Good lord! They're mixing cement outside, it's wild. I need to cut 16 more cards. We're very artifact heavy at this point. I think Argentum Armor can probably go. I have Orzhov Signet already in here. I think I can probably cut the Marble Diamond. I'm running more planes than I am anything else. All right, Argentum Armor. There was a, I think someone played a standard deck against me when I first started playing, and Argentum Armor was hilarious. Dig Site Engineer. What does Dig Site Engineer do? Nah, I think we're okay without that. The creature curve, we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We have 26 creatures. Some of them are actually pretty critical, I think. And the nice thing is that the Tortured Existence works with Sir Conrad. The win con is kill people with Armix, ideally, alternatively with Sir Conrad and Mindcrank, or Sir Conrad and Tortured Existence as on the back. Entering halfway the deck building, but how are we building? I don't know what the 8x8 grouping is. I think I've heard of it before. That's not what I build. That's not how I build, though. What is reshare? Breath is better in comparison to second. Tashar gets back. Pure Steel Paladin, Playcrafter, Fleshbag Marauder, Blade Splicer, Big Game Hunter. Oh yeah, Tortured Existence worth. Oh, that's sweet too. Okay, so there's like multiple layers that I'm not even aware of. I mean, Nether Trader's mostly in here just because A, I could slap a bunch of stuff onto it and it has Shadow and Haste, which is sweet. And in the off sense, in the odd chance that stuff dies, I can bring it back for only 1 black. The same thing with like Reassembling Skeleton, Bloodsoaked Champion, Gutter Bones. They're just things that I can discard and then potentially bring back easier than other stuff. Goodness, that's loud. Cut prison term, are you mad? I'm not a big fan of Semblance Anvil, actually. Or Wishclaw Talisman. I don't want to give my opponent something to tutor with. I used to have that in Marisol, which was cute, but I don't run that anymore. So we need to cut 14 more cards in 11 minutes. I mean, the deck is primarily based around combat. I can get rid of the parasitic impetus. Savine was actually in this list initially, the reclamation. I cut it. Audric might not be worth it. Cut Danitha. That's in a cut. We're cutting a lot of creatures at this point, is my concern. How many equipment do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't think the Armored Skyhunter isn't actually going to hit that many things. Going 6 cards deep and hitting... Jason, no, the combo is exclusively Sir Conrad in Mindcrank or Sir Conrad in like Tortured Existence or Tortured Existence in Archfiend of Ifnir. Wishclaw is going the opposite direction of me because I have to add cards now. I guess it is an artifact though, so that's kind of cute. Cut Hedron Archive. Dutch, are you insane? Got draw built into it. Maybe though. Maybe. It's 4 mana, it's more expensive. I guess, yeah, we'll cut that. That's another mana rock. We have a lot of mana rocks. So we're down to needing to cut 12 cards. 12 cards. I'm still leaning towards cutting open the vaults. 6 mana to get all that stuff back is great, but it doesn't hit creatures, and it helps my opponents, and I'm not super interested in doing that. Tomer's not rolling in his grave. Tomer wants me to run Kaldra in this deck. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut open the vaults. I just don't think I need that. Tashara might be a cut as well. Converted with only creature cards with converted mass 3 or less. I think Shelter is pretty bad as well, yeah. I think Tashara is not... I don't think Tashara is what we want to do at this point now, which is unfortunate. There's nothing that, like, really screams bring me back outside of Pure Steel Paladin, which Sun Titan can do already, and I'll have Tortured Existence for as well. So, I just think Tashara is probably the cut. Yeah, I think Tashara's out. I love Tashara. I think it's a great card. I just don't think it's a great card in this deck right now. Audric, again, same kind of thing. But I'm worried we're getting a little bit low on creatures. I mean, I guess I could do Kemba, and that would give me like tokens. And she's relatively cheap. But it's beginning of my upkeep. That's a long time. Yeah, Tishara, that combo is a very bad Sun Titan. Probably, yeah, you're probably right. We probably don't need Victimize as well. I think Audric can go. Which is kind of bumming me out. I just don't think, like, none of my creatures are particularly big without the equipment. So even if one of them does have all this stuff on it, the fact that, like, a Fleshbag Marauder or a Nether Trader gets, like, Double Strike, Death Touch, and all that kind of stuff, the only thing I can see it being good for is Vigilance and First Strike and Death Touch to be good as blockers. But I don't think I even have Death Touch on anything right now. Bone Miser right now is primarily just value with Armix. There was much more of a focus on Madness before. That has since changed. It could still be decent. I don't know if it's as good. Nuisance Engine. Nuisance Engine is what I'm going to call this deck. I think Nuisance Engine's a little bit too slow. I think Audric's gonna have to go though. I don't think it's even though it's every combat, I don't think it's enough. I don't know how would O Naginata work. Let's say Ardenn's on the field. I'm gonna choose to slap everything onto him. Does Ardenn still get around that can only be attached to a creature with 3 or power greater? Five minutes, 5 cards. Boom, we can do this. Court of Grace. Court of Grace. It's also $3. And it's Monarch. I'm trying to avoid Monarch right now because I always steal it from me and I always get mad. Do we need Beacon of Unrest? I guess it gets back big artifacts, or the artifacts that we need. Angelic Ascension. I mean, that's cute, but I don't know if I really want to do that. Shadow Spear is actually kind of expensive, Jason. It's $9. I'm trying to keep this under 100 at this point. I think Beacon can go, just in that I don't really need to reanimate a bunch of stuff. O Naginata can probably go. I have Trample through, well, I guess not Trample, but Prowler's Helm, Sword of Vengeance, and any other Trample? The fact that Colossal Hammer doesn't give Trample is kind of silly, but whatever. Bloodthirsty Blade. It's cute. We're almost there. We're almost there, friends. Shadow Spear is great. No denying that. But I need to cut $5 worth of cards in order for it to... I need to cut in the... Loxodon Warhammer is already there, Jason. It's in the sideboard. Oh, locks it on. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Right. Gets trample. Yeah. I think Curse of Disturbance is fine. It's not super good. Just gives bodies for making someone to attack. Probably can get rid of the Bloodthirsty Blade. Probably can get rid of Curse of Disturbance. I don't think this is enough. Ideally, I have something that can make tokens easily, maybe on a land, but I mean, I like Semblance Anvil, Jason or Joseph, but the problem is that it's like gonna get removed, almost guaranteed. Luminarchus Engine is quite expensive. You're right. We just need to cut 3 cards at this point. Keeper of the Accord. Keeper. I don't know what this card does. It's $4. So probably not. Nope. This is not in the deck. Castle Ardenvale. $2. I like the price on that. 4 mana. Creates a token. I mean, yeah. God Eternal Quetra, I think, is actually surprisingly expensive and needs bodies to come in. I want something like, I think actually the Castle Ardenvale is perfect because it's cheaper than what's the old Alliance land? Keldian Outpost? I have one in this pile of stuff here, but Parasitic Impetus. You think the Impetus could go? Parasitic Implant? Mimic that with Ardenn. I think Castle Ardenvale is a good inclusion. I think that's definitely something we have to cut. 5 more cards. 4 mana for 4 bodies. Okay, OG Ketra. She's $5. Whew. I don't got that kind of money. Captain Claude, like, the idea, I think, at this point is I need to have token generators that don't require me to have tokens or creatures out, just in case there's a board wipe and I just don't have a hand to fill. So, I think that's okay. I'm gonna cut the Mirror Shield at this point. What's either that or the Mask of Avacyn. Mask of Avacyn has a pump. I'm gonna cut the Mirror Shield. There are not enough situations that I can think of where that's gonna be relevant. So I have 2 lands here. I could probably get away with cutting another swamp. Actually, I could probably get rid of I want to get rid of the Arpack lands. Maybe the Guildgate. Probably don't need the Guildgate. Scoured Barrens can probably go. 34 here, but I have 2 in the sideboard. Beseech the Queen is too expensive. But I think we're almost there. We need to do, what, 2 more cards? 85 plus 15 is 100? Mirror's gone. I think it's cute. Shimmer Mirror is pretty fun. Court of Grace, I like. I'm just trying to avoid Monarch at this point because it always seems like I end up losing it. So I think Castle's good. I think, do we need to keep all that glitters? I feel like we're not even that much of a. This frees up a bit of the budget. Now we're under $100, which is great. And we're one card closer to being finished, which makes me very happy. Endling does not work with Archfiend. Ketra's Monument. I mean, a Ketra's Monument's great, but it's $2. First of all, holy crow, that's insane. And it's when you cast a creature. I want things that basically are just on the board and just doing their thing. Dread Horde, I'm not super into. I guess it's 76 cents. That's not too bad. And it doesn't require me to have anything other than life. And the creature gets bigger and bigger. Actually, I think I have one of these. Mainboarded. We have to make two more cuts. I think mobilization's actually kind of expensive. Or no. Oh, it's not that bad. 48 cents. I think it's Soldier's Vigilance. I don't think Scout and Golem, no. Do we need Blade Splicer? Am I like this to me seems like it's just too gimmicky at this point to give Armix first strike for just being there. This was great in standard, don't get me wrong, but I think Blade Splicer's out. And I think mobilization we can probably get rid of. Sengir Autocrat's cute, but it only does its thing once, and that's when it comes in, and I need something that can be recurred. Could probably do... Ardenn is really good. Dispatch. Alright. I mean, Dispatch is probably the worst piece of removal since it has so much requirements to it, and I already feel like I have a lot of decent removal to begin with, so I can probably cut that. And that is 100 cards, and we're at $99.96, which is really, really, really good, actually. So we'll be at 37 lands, including MDFCs. I think this is pretty tight. I like this list actually. I'll have to test it obviously, but it means I only have to pick up 15 cards, which is great. Most of them are relatively cheap. Assuming I can find them. Keeper of the Accord's actually pretty sweet. I think that's spice. Yeah, 5 mana is a lot though. The card draw package is okay. It's Sign in Blood, Read the Bones. We have SRAM. We have Pure Steel Paladin. Basically, Mind Stone if we need it. Skull Clamp. Trading Post in Pseudo Draw. Commander Sphere. What else do we have? Archer of Vraska. Bone Miser has draw on it. It's not perfect, but it's a decent package at this point, I think. Mana-wise, I'm pretty good. I think I have decent amount of mana rocks. The Argentum Armor is probably the card that I would cut if I'm going to be doing something, as well as the Tajnar Swordsmith. I think he's a bit expensive. We'll see how Mind Crank goes. I'm not strongly for it. I'm not strongly against it. I think it's like people were saying, it's only really good in a few scenarios. it works in the sense that if I smack someone with a really big Armix, they have to discard, which is great. But outside of that, it's so-so. Tortured Existence, I think, is beautiful that it works with Sir Conrad and the Archfiend of Ifnir. I didn't even think of the Archfiend triggers. I think that's going to be hilarious. Um, I think this is a pretty good list. I think the Blackblade. I'm really excited to play with the Blackblade first and foremost. That's a card I've wanted to play with a long time, and I think we're going to be able to have a lot of fun with that. So hopefully people enjoyed this. This is actually a lot longer than I thought. I didn't think it was going to take me 2.5 hours to build a deck, but you guys had so many good suggestions. It was pretty wild. Burnished Heart. Oh, I do love Burnished Heart. We'll see. If I can't find one of the cards on the sideboard, we'll probably slot in Burnished Heart for it. Because yeah, Burnished Heart and Mary Shepherd's pretty sweet, assuming you have the mana for it. But maybe no. I think it'll be good. I think this will be interesting. So definitely, hopefully, we'll be able to find time either tomorrow or in a subsequent weekend coming up, since Ontario is finally starting to open up its stay-at-home order, and I can actually start seeing people again and filming outside. Um, we'll get some more games in. I'll start to be able to play Magic and not have to use backlog games, which is great. So yeah, but this is kind of cool. I was not expecting to do this. I thought, what the heck? I can't film today, so might as well do something cool and talk to people. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys all had fun and that everyone had a good time. I hope I didn't ignore your suggestions. I would feel bad if I did. But this is a lot of fun. I'll let you know how it goes. Take care. Have a good weekend, and bye.